Yeah, it's going down, man. It's the Donnie Houston podcast. I am Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. We got a very special guest today, man. I've been trying to get this dude in here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? For been a minute, I've been trying to get him in here, man. But he here. You know what I'm saying? The hardest pit in the litter, man. Croc Bull, Big Po, Dean, Pokey. What's going down, man?
Man, I can't call it, man. Good.
Chilling, man. What's new with you, man?
Man, I can't call it, man. Just, out here, man. Working, man, through the pandemic,
Yeah.
Got a couple of projects getting ready to drop at the first of the year. One, I'm doing a little venture with my partner. We putting a project together, and then I'm a back door and drop one, another project. But I'm dropping pretty much everything 2021.
That's what's up, man. So how you been dealing with the pandemic, man?
I've been blessed, man. God good, man. Just trying to, be smart about it. Stay out the way as much as possible, and take the proper protocol.
Yeah.
It.
Y'all boys had that moment with the straight leg bacon and all that, man, early on in the pandemic, man. Had it fired up.
Trying to teach that nigga how to do his bacon, man. You don't scramble no bacon, man.
Yeah. You got to put the bacon in the oven, man.
Yeah, let it cook itself, man.
Yeah.
Can't tell him nothing, man. He want to sit there and play with his bacon. Let him play with his bacon, man. That's my bro, man.
Yeah, for sure. But man, let's kind of take it back just a little bit, man, from the start with you, man. Like, you got one of the more interesting stories in the clique, man, just because you know the football thing, the music thing, you know what I'm saying, and both at a higher level, man. So talk about just coming up, in Yellowstone, man. It was growing up in Yellowstone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just in the Yellow, man, I guess playing ball and music, or, you know what I'm saying, just however it was for you.
Yeah, man, you know how it is over there, man, but, man, I wouldn't change nothing, man. My environment, man, I love my section, Yellowstone, Third Ward area, all that, man. I was right when I was born, I stayed over there in the tray. In them apartments right there on the bayou, the floor apartments right across the street from Tip Top next door to Timber-Crest. Then, about 6 years old, I moved over to the Stone. And shit, that's where I've been, you know what I'm saying? Played ball at the yard.
But when you was at the yard, though, because that's the thing, like, that whole area, you got Big Mo over there, you got, who all was over there with y'all, man?
Let me see. Mo, Motorola was over there. Big Floyd.
George Floyd, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A tight end over there, man. It was a lot of cats over there. Some of them were young, like Wayne them, they was younger. You know what I'm saying? Wayne them was younger back then, but man, you got a lot of people that was over there, man, at the yard, man. I don't know who all you familiar with, but and as far as music wise,
just people that came out to be something. Like, I mean, I know, like, this was around, like, Lil Randy was over there around that time.
Rando was over there. Randy was there. Mo,
because Mo was in a singing group at first, right?
Yeah, Mo did like a little group thing, but then they kind of was, they was homeboys, but we just all knew that they could sing. You know what I'm saying? So that was, you know what I'm saying? He was talented. I seen Mike one day. And it was Horse, man, and he had to sing something, man. He sung shit out this song, man. This was at high school, man. So, there's a lot of talent out there, man,
Yeah.
Whatnot.
So okay, did y'all go to state or something like this when y'all was playing ball?
Yeah, no, we went to state. We lost, though, but we went. We played Temple. This was my 11th grade year. And Jerry and Wood and them, they was in the 12th. Gerald Wood, Von, all them, they was in the 12. We went to the state. We had some, we had some top players on our team. Oscar Smallwood, he was one of the top linebackers. Gerald Moe was one of the top running backs. Man, we had a lot of talent out there, man, and we went all the way to the big show. And what was hurting was, Wood was one of our leaders, man, and captains. And it was hurting because of the work that he put in, and then get all the way to the game before state or something like that, and hurt himself where he couldn't play
Damn.
in the state game, dog.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that was hurting, man. And he been putting in work since the ninth grade, and then you finally make it there your senior year.
Can't even play.
Yeah, but he still got his scholarship. He went to Tech. You know what I'm saying? Did his thing, but
What position were you playing back then?
I played, man. I started out playing running back.
No shit.
Yeah.
Man, hell nah.
Yeah, I started off running stone, man, in the ninth grade. Brady Bob, that was my receiver. Monster, I don't think y'all know about Monster. Sean Porter, quarterback. And yeah, I was running stone. Then 10th grade, I ran the stone. My weight kept going up though. See, I was destined to be big, and now when I got to Yates, I had a growth spurt like this summer. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of shot up. So when I shot up, I trimmed up. And
So you was always kind of like stocky and
I was
shit.
short. I was a little short, chubby nigga. You know what I'm saying? Look like dope boy on, wasn't I?
Yeah.
That's how I look. So that summer, I shot the fuck up, man, and or whatever. And we was out there, training, doing, summer practice and all this. So we running, now you mess with that iron now and everything, whatever. So that ended up playing out where I ended up in the backfield. So, I played that. Then I went from that. Weight kept fluctuating, going up. So by the time I got in the 11th grade, it was, I was on the line then. And then, played college ball on the line.
So and Mo played football too, right?
Mo played ball. Mo played ball. Not at Yates though. He played. I remember Mo. Man, see me and Mo played ball. We come from babies. We played.
So y'all
Yellowstone
been
Park.
friends since little kids and shit.
I've been knowing Mo all my life, man. Me and Mo come from. Me and Mo, the street he grew up on, that was the same street that my grandma and them stayed on. I've been knowing Mo. Me and Mo played Little League ball together. I played for the little baby Vikings. He played for the Oilers at Yellowstone. You know what I'm saying? We had Vikings, Dragons, Cowboys, Oilers, and the Steelers. And he played, over there, whatever.
But he ain't play at Yates.
Nah, he ain't
So
played.
he was just a big dude singing and shit. Like what?
Mo was just, Mo was just laid back. He was singing, and then when that shit came in, the group shit came in. They came in like on shit like, well, we already know he can sing. You know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. But Mo used to be kind of clowning with this shit, just playing, and he might sing some shit and be ranking on you or some shit like that. But the nigga could really sing, hold a note. So when he got over there to Screw House, it was kind of like the best thing for him because
he could just do him.
he can get his whole skill all the way off. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle and whatever on his head, and then and he really in his own zone. You know what I'm saying? He not like no R&B nigga, but he's R&B nigga though, like a the Nate Dogg factor, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
talented nigga.
Yeah, and so George Floyd you and George Floyd, y'all out in the same grade and all this shit?
Nah, Floyd was grade ahead of us. Me and Mo was in the same grade. We come out 9-4, Floyd 9-3. He was in the same class with Gerald, Wood, Vaughn, them niggas.
That's what's up. So all right, but you go on and then you get offered like scholarships and shit though. Like your senior year, you pretty like a stand-up player and shit.
Yeah, I ended up going. My grades weren't what they should have been, so I had to end up taking the college, junior college route. So I went to Blinn. I did 2 over there. Actually, that was one of the best things that happened to me, man. That was a very disciplined program, a very disciplined organization. I learned a lot. Coach Fritz was the coach over there. He ran a tight ship, you know what I'm saying? And I just really learned a lot, matured a lot right there.
But you go to Blinn though, and like, okay, I'm just thinking all this together. So you graduate 94, but this is around the time when the screw thing popping off though. So
yeah.
But you're not over there though. This is just like the movement starting and all that.
Yeah, well, I'm already by this time. I'm going to school high now.
In high school?
Well, it's in high school now. I met Screw in high school. I was in high school when I met him. when I ended up going over there to do like my first tape, I was like fresh out of high school, fresh out. I hadn't went to blend yet.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit was crazy, cause man, I remember when I come home. You know what I'm saying? I come home and motherfuckers would be, I'd be outside, motherfuckers pulling up, whatever, yada yada. And, motherfucker might be playing or something like this. And I remember one time, man, we did a tape before I had left. So by the time I came back, it was already fluctuating and all this shit. And my partner was like, man, well, that motherfucking tape, that motherfucker. So I'm like, what tape you talking
You
about?
freestyled on your first tape?
Yeah.
So was you already freestyling like in the hood and
Man,
shit? And like,
we freestyle on the corner, man, in the locker room. Like motherfucker be outside on the block, man. They got a throw down. You rapping over other people's lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Just. So, motherfucker just start, spitting shit. And shit, I had something. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was. I always tell motherfucker, man, I never. This ain't what I thought I was going to end up being doing. You know what I'm saying?
you really was on the football shit.
That I played ball and just other shit, but this shit kind of was like, I guess like I'm proud of the ram in the bush. You know what I'm saying? It was just Lord gave me something to fall back on, and you know, I noticed that I had something because like when the freestyle sessions would jump out, shit, I would bust some of them hoes up. Well, oh man, god damn, ooh, that type of shit. So that shit ended up going from just some shit to do, riding around in the hoop, smoking weed and this here, and busting the flow to now. Shit, you going to screw highs with it to now you looking up and motherfuckers are dropping albums and they ask you when you gonna drop one to now you can drop one to now
You a
you
real
doing
rapper
the
for real.
record,
Yeah.
and now it's game time. And now you've been doing this shit 20 plus.
And you never saw it like that.
Now,
So in your mind, what you thought you was gonna be doing? Just a football or
no, I
just,
don't know. Probably ball or something. Cause I really was. I really went far in that. Like, man, I kind of like I fucked myself at the end because I fucked up in the grade, so I had to sit out. And at that point in time, I was hot. I had to ran for these combine people, and it was the Dolphins was out there, and the Bears, and I ran a 4.9 with the wind to my back, and then a 5 flat against the wind.
damn.
It was cold and drizzling outside. So that put me under the radar right there, heavy. And as well as, footage and everything. And then I had another year to play. So they was pretty much waiting on that. And then I ended up had to sit out and all this shit. So I'm sitting out. So I'm missing out on my last year, which I could have went right after that. Had to sit out in the midst of that shit going on, ended up getting caught up in some shit, got kicked out of school. So I had to sit out. They told me I had to sit out for a year, then I could come back. Shit, by the time it was time to do that, I was
You already popping in the streets and shit. Okay, so all right, let's slow down. So you started to do these tapes though. Are you going like what's the first tape? Your first tape isn't like a main tape though. It's just like a tape you made, or was it
like
one that kind of
like my first tape, man, was my partner Mac One. He had set up something for us to go over there. So with me, Mac One, and Haircut Joe. And we went over there and we did a tape called Make Dollars Flow. You know what I'm saying? So when you go over there, back then, this was like back in the gap. When you go, you got to, we get there, and what you're doing is you turning your list of the songs you want to do. Shit, it's gonna take Screw about a week or two. He gonna put that shit together, find all the songs, and then he gonna call you over there in about 2 weeks to come over there and do your thing. Well, once he do that, he get everything together, whatever. If you gonna flow on your tape, he gonna either leave a space blank at the beginning of the tape, or it's gonna be one at the end. And if you want to flow on your tape at the end, once he do all this stuff, then you bust your flow wherever the blank is. Woo woo. Then once
So y'all coming back and recording over a dub, basically. Like this ain't live.
no,
but
he
freestyle.
doing it live. He doing it live, but he leave a blank right there. See, he orchestrating everything. When you give him the list, he orchestrating everything. He getting he pulling all of the vinyls, finding the songs that you want, and all that. When you do the tape, you coming over there to do the tape. He got all the songs and everything. So you over there, he recording everything and doing it, and you
He
talking.
already ready for you. Yeah.
You talking on your tape, everything. He got the order, everything going in, and then. If you're gonna flow on your tape, he gonna leave the spots wherever he gonna leave the spot at. And once you finish doing all that, then you bust your flow. That's live too. Then after you do that, then he gotta slow it down. So it's gonna either take him some hours, or you probably just come back the next day, or whatever. Whenever he slow it down, and then come over there and get your dub. And
Yeah. So y'all do make dollars flow, and then when's the first time when you start meeting other people in the clique and shit? Like, does make dollars flow do something where people like, oh, who was Big Pokey, or you just happen to go over there again?
That shit got to that shit turned into. Did a couple of more tapes, and end up running in the Hawk and Keys and Pets and all that in there, and everybody, me and Hawk, everybody I been heard about each other because everybody used to tell us, man, y'all motherfuckers look alike. Man, you like this motherfucker. And people used to tell him the same thing. So when we run into each other, you know what I'm saying, we hit it off the muscle anyway. Same thing with Key and, whatever. So, all that shit got to going on. Then, like, shortly after that, then Mo ended up coming over there. He got over there.
So you ain't even know nothing about that. You just happened to see Mo over there, like, oh shit.
No, Mo was he was already trying. See, it was hot. That was the thing to do. Go to school high. So by this time, I'm already over there. Mo used to be asking me, man, what this shit like over there? Woo woo, man, whatever, man. I'm going to go over there. Woo woo, saying, And then he ended up going over there. And shit, we ended up putting him something down. It was hot. I can't remember what tape it was. Shit, before you know it, Mo was in the mix.
So, okay, but then y'all go over there, y'all do like Who's Next with Plex really early, right? That's like kind of one of your...
That was one early, but that you know what I'm saying? Like, that was early, but we was over there earlier than that. Way earlier than that, you know what I mean?
Before it's the Kiki and the Pokey thing, does it start right there with Who's Next with Plex, or y'all had did something before that?
Me and Key did I don't know how many tapes me and Key did. We did that one.
I know y'all had other ones after that, the leaning on the switches and the plots and the schemes and all that, but like the first one's like...
That might have been the first one, I think. It might have been the first one.
So you going to...
But then again, I don't know. It might have been the first one, or we might have did another one for that. I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same time though, you still in school playing football. So how you in college? Are you just like during the weekend? You come home on the weekend and do the tape,
I'm in Brenham. Man,
so you right there. You just
I'm coming home whenever I want to. Really, you know what I'm saying? But I'm down there playing ball weekend. I might come home, whatever, that. Do a tape or something. I might just be dipping in the city, just doing some other shit.
Yeah.
And gone back.
Yeah. So you kind of just
Yeah. So,
And see, that's what I always tripped me out. Cause it was like, man, how is Pokey in college, a college student, and he talking about all this real street shit? We smoke a dip, we fucked the north side, we all this. Then I go back to school and I'm a college kid again. Like, that's nobody ever was like, man, what's up? Or it was just like shit.
Like, what's up with what?
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm saying as far as like football staff and shit, like they never was like, hey man, what's going on?
Niggas,
what
man, by time, see, that shit was crazy because, like I say, it was the birth of that shit. So, but as time kept going, that shit was steady swelling and blowing up. So them niggas they was like, motherfuckers was finding out like, man, this screw shit going on down there in your city. Then they find out, man, you
Big Pokey.
You with this, yeah, and all this shit was whooping. So By the time I got to Abilene, they already knew. Like it was a time when I was in Abilene and I had practice. Practice was over with, so we in there watching film, and the basketball coach or some had a recruit that he was from somewhere, and he was listening to me in his headphones the whole time. They came and brought him in the meeting to meet me. He wanted to
Oh
meet. All he
shit.
kept talking about, he wanted to meet me. So
Oh shit. So you was like a celebrity at the school.
at that time, yeah, they were like, "Shit, you rap, you know what I'm saying?" But we were just underground then, and so
You ain't thinking nothing of this? Like this is
well,
amazing to me listening to it,
like I'm
dog.
saying, like I say, it's steady building. Now I'm at Abilene at this point. So by the time I'm in Abilene, shit, this shit going on like Key Drop don't mess with Texas when I was in Abilene.
Oh, that's later on. So that's 97. Wait. So okay, so you still at Blend when June 27th and all this is out?
June
Cause
27th.
that's 96. That was like summer 96.
Let's see. I don't know. I was either Blend or
One of
Abilene
'em.
or in transition. One or the two. I don't know.
Tell me this, cause I was reading they be having like all these little like this what this screw tape mean, this what that mean. And they was saying leaning on the switch was like you ain't got a car and just had switches on it. Is there any truth to that? Is that what happened, or is y'all just called the tape leaning on
We
the
just named
switch?
it that.
No shit.
Yeah, we just named it. We just named it that.
Some blog got that on there like that's what that tape means.
Man,
Like
a lot of
Pokey had
people,
just got.
man, you know, that's the purpose for these videos and interviews and shit. Cause motherfuckers don't know. They just be saying. I just see somebody put a post up of Mo and somebody else and some chick, and they was talking about she was Mama Mo. That wasn't her.
I saw that. Yeah.
People don't, people just
yeah.
don't. They don't know, and they speak on what they don't know. So I don't. But nah, that's just what we named it. Classic Scheme. We just named it that.
Mm.
I don't know that.
So okay, so then when y'all started to do, cause the first album I want to say was like the d.e.a. thing, right?
You got the d.e.a. thing.
And you still in college at this point with d.e.a. going on or now, or you was out by then?
I think yeah. I'm definitely down there. I'm in college now, but cause I remember shit. I used to shit burn out and shoot down there, and do some shit, nigga. I remember one time, nigga. I come down there. I shoot home because I had some other shit going on. I had to come hear me a thing. So I come on home, take care of my business, and then I ended up fucking with my Run, and we ended up going to the motherfucking studio. Them niggas was in the studio already. So I ended up going to the motherfucking studio, and I think one of them songs we did, this was for d.e.a., and they already had some songs that they had done already, and whatever. And so I remember laying the song down there, and then I ended up. Matter of fact, when I came with my partner now, and then they ended up going back, sent them back. I ended up coming back, nigga. Run them ended up bringing me back in the Vizzo. Shit, by 2-3 in the morning.
No shit.
Man, we deep in the van, man. All the way back, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man.
Type of shit.
Yeah. So man, talk about like how you know your relationship with Screw, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I'm assuming y'all getting close as time going on. You going over there more often than all that. And
Screw, man, like I say, man, Screw's 100, man. Out the muscle, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, when I met Screw, I was in high school when I met him, and it was crazy because when I ended up going over there with Mac One to go do the tape, whatever, he still remembered me. You know what I'm saying? It was still the same nigga, so we picked up from where we left off. And really, that day there, after we did that and we did that tape, shit, it was over with then. Me and Screw locked in like then.
Yeah. Talk about June 27th, man. 'Cause I done had D-Mo on here to talk about it a little bit.
Man, June 27th, man, I remember. The only thing I remember about that shit was, I remember. Okay, it was D-Mo, B-Day. They had hit me up, man. Was like, man, come, fuck with me from a tape, shit like that, woo. And around that time, I would get them calls, man, motherfucker, man, come spit something on my tape, come do. That type of shit was going on then. So he ended up hitting nigga, man, and me and D-Mo go way back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, I've been knowing D-Mo and them and all that for a lot of the other niggas, I've been knowing them or whatever. So we already had a relationship. So him calling me to come over there and get on tape, that was nothing. That's normal, you know what I'm saying? So I come over there. All I remember when I get over there, shit, it's packed over there.
It's going down.
Man, all I remember, we stayed in the kitchen, man, and I'm talking about, we about 20, 30 something deep in the kitchen. These motherfuckers everywhere. And the kitchen is actually on the other, okay, when you see Screw, and you know them turntables was in that wood room, and you got that picture of AID right there, on the other side of that wall is the kitchen. So we in the kitchen and now. And I remember we in that deep, and shit, you know, we just a bunch of shit going, niggas in that bitch chilling, blowing squares, shooting shit, everything, whatever. And then finally we got to the tape, doing the tape, and it was just going down, and there was a bunch of energy in there, a bunch of players, everybody was spitting some shit on there, and it just ended up being an epic night.
Yeah, and then you just came through there, just, you know what I'm saying?
You know, we didn't know how it was going to turn out. We just shit went there, did our thing. Shit, Young did his thing on that. That was Young's debut.
That was his coming out party, yeah.
Yeah, that was his debut. He came and did his thing. And, you know, it was just...
Had Mo in there coming with them hooks every time, you know what I mean? Yeah. Somebody was saying they had it on video, man. I'm trying to find a video of that though, man.
Oh, that'd be a fool. If somebody pull that out, that's gonna be a fool. They pull that out, cause it was like I say, you know, people like, man, a lot of people didn't really get a chance to see that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people don't know that wood room. You know what I'm saying? They know that Highs in most cities. That was after the fact. You know what I'm saying? That wood room.
That was the one.
That bitch, that was serious.
Yeah. So talk about, because, okay, we're headed to the league. Because, I mean, we talked a little bit about it and you kind of touched on it, but that was because they were saying, okay, you had the opportunity to go to the league. That's what you was kind of hitting to with that tape, just like shit, you know?
Yeah, I'm in school playing ball, you know, so I named my tape, headed to the league, you know. That's how it was.
Yeah. What you remember about that? Because, I mean, you came on there, you had the old school jams on there, the juice on there.
Around that time, man, motherfucker was just, around that time, motherfucker was dropping tape. We was doing tapes.
That's what I'm saying. You got a name for real at this time,
yeah, at this time, motherfucker doing tapes now, and you know what I'm saying? So, I don't even, because see, I got tapes, man, I done that was under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Then it got to the point where, you know, you got the tapes going on, and so around this time, you know, it was, as far as the underground scene for me, and at that point, it was rolling then, so, you know, or whatever.
Yeah. Man, tell me, because I had 380D on here, and he was saying, like, with the d.e.a, like, all y'all was kind of not really signed, but on some homeboy signed shit, like all under d.e.a at one point before everybody started breaking off and doing your jam downs and your Chevys.
Well, yeah, that's how, man, you know, shit, that's how I came in the game, man. You know, shit, the d.e.a, shit, you know, and then Mike D, you know, he had the Southside players, you know what I'm saying? So, them is the
That's what turned you to a real rapper.
Them are two motherfuckers that projects that had me mainstream. You know what I'm saying? That shit, let me see. Both of them. Then turn around.
Don't Mess with Texas.
I'm not on Don't Mess with Texas. No.
Sure ain't.
I ain't on Don't Mess with Texas.
Why you not on Don't Mess with Texas?
I was out of pocket. I was in Abilene. See, Abilene 6 hours away. Shit, Blinn was like
a few hours, yeah, a couple hour and a half, some shit, yeah.
Blinn like an hour. That ain't nothing. So that's right up the road. But so at that time, I'm out of pocket, so I didn't get a chance to make that. But I was on Pat album.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you like what you man?
And
classic.
so after that, see at that time, so when Pat album came out, that's when I started hearing shit like, man, when you gonna drop your album?
You ain't even thinking about that.
And never, man. I just, you know, motherfucker. That's when I first gave that some thought. Was when a motherfucker asked me that, man, when you gonna drop your album? I ain't even know what to say. You know what I'm saying? I was like, shh, I don't know.
Yeah. Man, talk a little bit about Fat Pat, man, and like when y'all was doing that record.
Man, that nigga there, man. I can say this here, man. Key and Pat, you know, both of them niggas, man, they like this shit. This was, you know, this was shit they real, you know, creative right there, and they just been. That's what you could tell. That nigga Pat, man, I remember when his album was coming out, and he had a snippet. You know, back then, motherfuckers did snippets and shit. So he had a snippet that came out of the album. Man, that motherfucker was crazy. When I heard that, I was like, man, I said, this nigga is really a rapper. Cause, you know, underground and freestyling, all that shit, you know, that's what it is. You freestyling is it. You know, then you got Pat, he real vibrant on that mic, and he'll get to, you know, fucking around and sing and some shit this here and this. So you can see what his creativity level and all this shit at, and man, but when you hear the snippet, man, you like this motherfucker, you really
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
for real,
Like
yeah.
this nigga got real songs. He ain't freestyling on this motherfucker. This nigga rapping, hooks, singing the motherfucker, everything. I'm like, man, you know, that was just off the snippet. You can just imagine what the album gonna do. And right now, man, it's one of the hardest albums that ever came out. This motherfucker.
Facts.
That don't miss with Texas,
Facts.
man. And I tell motherfuckers, man, just being real. You got to be 100. Man, it wouldn't if Don't Mess with Texas, Ghetto Dream. It wouldn't have been no Hardest Pit if it wasn't for them. It wouldn't have been no Hardest Pit in Blood Album if it wasn't for them two albums.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Talk about that, man, because I mean that's when you link up with Chevys. Like talk about that whole situation.
Yeah, that was, and like I said, that situation. Now that was a cool situation for me. For me, when I came into the game to come in mainstream or whatever, that was a cool situation. And how I ended up getting with them was me and you know, me, Ron, Al, them my niggas right there. And Al ended up, that nigga put me on the phone with Big E. He used to be talking to Big E. He was still locked up at this time. So he'd be calling home, whatever, they'd be on the phone. So it come times I'd talk to him, whatever, we shooting shit, laughing, all this type of shit. Well, he ended up coming home shortly. When he ended up came home shortly after that, shit, you know, that's when we officially met all this shit. But we had already talked on the phone before, but never talked about no other shit. So he ended up one day hitting me like, man, I want to holler at you about some shit, whatever, woo, 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 woo. So he ended up hollering at me and sending him that, you know, him and P wanted to, you know, do something, whatever, woo, woo. I ended up chopping it up with him, and that shit went from there. You know what I'm saying? Them my niggas forever.
Yeah, and y'all dropped that classic, man. The only person I had on here ready to talk about it was Hyman Bradshaw, man.
The harmonizer.
That's what he said. Harmonizer the final line. That's what he said, man. Yeah. So, man.
I made motherfucking ass, matter of fact, when I did the project, Hyman was the last producer I ran into.
That's what he said.
And shit, that nigga he ended up making the title track and then tripping me out.
Yeah.
You know, he ended up had the first motherfucker on the motherfucker.
Yeah, and he was saying you had already kind of had that idea though that you wanted to redo the Biggie. And
I did. That was my idea. Yeah. That was all me.
And that just came from just liking the song, or what you like?
And see, originally, what had me singing on the hook, Mo was supposed to be singing it.
No shit.
Yeah. Mo was supposed to be. That's how I designed it. But something in the I can't remember what it was, so shit, and then I had to go on here and get it done. I couldn't wait on him, so shit, I ended up getting Hyman to do it, and it ended up coming out right, and shit, we ran with it.
Yeah, and y'all did that Tripping Me Out, which was classic. But he was saying you kind of was hesitant about that at first.
I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, but shit, it ended up coming out, you know, real good.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing. It had a cool feature for it. I think there was Snow on there. You know, Snow had some shit. It was, you know, it ended up being a cool song. And I used to get a lot of good feedback off of it after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you know I remember when the album first came though, and the first single, man, you had my cousin 3-2 on there, man, with that ballin'
The
parlay,
ball
man.
parlay, man. With
Come on,
Rico,
man.
man. Me and E, I remember me and E, we end up. So now we getting the album together. So we together every day, me and P. So we end up we trying to get the producer what producer we gonna fuck with. So boom, we end up coming over with Rico. So we go over there, go fuck with Rico. Shit and got that motherfucker, man. Got more on that motherfucker, man. Woo yada yada. That was a hot song. You know what I'm saying? That was my first single too.
All over the radio too,
That was
man.
my first single.
Yeah, man. So and you said the Universal deal that came with that.
Yeah. That was all
That was
over.
off Hardest Pit, right?
Oh, that was my hardest pit.
Damn. So then what ended up happening with the deal? Because I mean, y'all didn't stay in that system too long, I don't think, right?
Well, to my knowledge, what happened was we were supposed to shoot a video.
For Ball and Parlay?
And we never shot that video. And I and that had something to do with something then.
Why y'all ain't shoot the video?
That I don't know. And I remember around that time, man, we had this block party in my hood. It was wide up. And that was the time that we should have shot that motherfucker right there, but we didn't ever do it. So I don't know. I don't really know the full extent of what happened, but I think that had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hardest Pit is a classic, man. Like, classic is raw as hell, man. But my favorite is Dope Game 2000, man.
Is it?
That's my favorite one.
And Dope Game came, after that. At Dope Game came after when we ended up getting out the deal with the with Universal, whatever. Then we came with the Dope Game, and we ended up dropping that motherfucker. And see, really, man, I think too, what was one of the crazy things about the shit was when we dropped Hardest Pit, all this momentum and everything. I'll never forget this shit. When we dropped Hardest Pit, Kiki was dropping his second album. Me and Kiki dropped on the same day. And shit, that didn't matter. We both
Y'all
were
still
selling.
did y'all numbers.
We both were selling. Ain't nothing to interfere with nothing. He was gonna do what he was gonna do because he was on his second one, and his first one was such a success. So we already knew what that was gonna do. So at that time, motherfucker was wondering, man, well, shit, man, should we get us some time to clear with her? And we ended up coming, shit, and we dropped on the same day, and shit, both of them motherfuckers was rocking and rolling.
Y'all had and Jaime was telling me how y'all had the release party at the dog track and all that, man.
Yeah, we had one out there. It was cool.
Yeah.
It didn't do what we expected, but it was cool. It was cool. It was a good look, everything, whatever. But it was all right. It was,
Yeah.
But after that, what fucked everything up, I feel like, was because so we dropped Hardest Pit. Then once we got the deal, they had to come in, stop the album. So you stopping the momentum of it. You got to get everything cleared and go through this process. Then you got to re-drop it. So I think that had a lot to do with a lot too. Versus if we would have dropped that and they came in off the muscle and we dropped it right then, ain't no telling what would have been going on. But, it went how it was supposed to go.
Yeah. I mean, the Dope Game 2000 still was a success. Like, Menage a Trois was on the radio and shit. Like,
Yeah. And see, really, it was a lot of shit went on. See, this was another thing, too, that happened. Shit, we supposed to shot the video for the Ball and Parlay. And then, while I was supposed to bust their nose, was my second single was Who That?
Okay, that's another thing.
We ain't never get to do it. Big Steve died.
Who That was the next single? And that went on to be in what's the name of that damn show, man? Entourage and yeah. So okay, this is what I didn't know. When Harvey Love came, he was telling me how that even started because they went over there to make the tape, and you was there,
Man,
and Steve was feeling some type of way, like he kind of felt like you was kind of trying to play him or something like that, and he came in there. You ain't never heard this before?
No,
man. Okay, and I might be telling it wrong because it's been a while.
What you say?
It was something about, Harvey Love and Steve and them. They go over there to make the tape. Who we man? You know what I'm saying? And you over there, and I think like he knew who you was, but you ain't know who he was or something like that.
I didn't know who they were.
Right. But they were, when they was Wild Sense or whatever, and I think his whole thing was like, man, when we leave here, they gonna know who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Steve was saying?
That's what his whole thing was. So he came back in there with the who that talking dying.
This my story. Right?
Okay.
This how it went, man. We in Screw Highs one day. Them niggas pulled up over there. I think they was in an RV or something. I don't know what they were. They were getting ready to hit the road or something, whatever. So they pulled up, you know what I'm saying?
You over there just kicking it.
Man, we just chilling.
Yeah.
And they came in there, and at this time, like, shit, they pull up like, I'm like, these niggas real rappers. They all get ready to be on the road, do what they finna do, all this type of shit. So the beat, the
instrumental for it.
The beat for the motherfucker, Love been had that beat.
Mm-hmm.
And that motherfucker hard. We was like, damn, that motherfucker hard. Well, I remember, I say, man, JC, my partner, JC, that's his business, that's his group, his label. So I see JC, I said, man, I see them, I see the big old nigga. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, so I nigga rap or something, man.
That's what he said. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It kind of went from that, cause shit, ever since then, man, we've been cool. That's my nigga. Love been had that beat. So what's crazy is, okay, when we did the thing on the Screw High, that's how Mafio started his verse off.
Mm-hmm.
Who they talking about? So now, fast forward to when we getting ready to do the album. So now we fucking with the producers. We done fuck with Rico, Swifts, and all these mother everything. Woo, woo. Boom, we get over there to Love, we fucking with Love. Love still got that beat. Now, see, that, come on, man, that ain't nothing but God right there. That's like, man,
I'm supposed to have this
like
one. Yeah.
I'm supposed to have this. And then I got Mafia right to go.
So by this time y'all cool and shit after y'all do the tape and everything.
We wasn't never not cool.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean not cool. I mean in the sense of like now y'all building a relationship.
Yeah,
because you didn't know him initially. So
when we met that night.
Yeah.
When they pulled up that night, and ever since that night, shit, everything was everything. You know.
Yeah.
And then just so happened, when the music shit kick out for me, I run back into them niggas and shit. We pick up where we left off, and Love, I had. It's crazy because
y'all got classics, man.
Man, we got a chemistry, man. We Love we got this chemistry, man. And so, that motherfucker Range Rover, Love had that sound, and I can say this here now. This is one thing I can say. Steve was another motherfucker he really was a rapper. He really was all that nigga know, he know. And what I learned from Steve was, just watching him, was to control my voice. See.
This is what he's telling you, or this is what you just learning in the studio?
I'm learning and watching. It's certain shit that I ask him some shit too. You know what I'm saying? And here, we vibe like that.
Is that why your style changed? Because when you first came out, it was more like
it was more. I'm not.
You just
I'm
learning.
Not,
you just
I'm
getting
not
your
no
voice.
Artist.
Yeah.
I'm just a nigga that just spit a freestyle, and now they want to hear it again and again, and then that shit turn out to a nigga rap. And so now you writing these motherfuckers and woo, and like I say, man, I tell motherfuckers like really, back then, I was cool. I was, all right, whatever. Right now, I'm in my dangerous point now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm because I'm 20 something in on it.
Yeah.
So I've grown into my artistry now. You know what I'm saying? So now I feel like you know, my my shit get better with time, like wine and shit. So now, the more I've been going, the better or whatever. So like now where I'm at now, then you know what I'm saying, like I'm 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 yelling or this. I'm not saying my delivery is not there. You know what I'm saying. You gotta get your breathing right. All this shit. You don't know this, and I had to figure it out.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I had to figure out this shit. I had to teach myself this shit. You know what I'm saying? And to be in this motherfucking shit and eating how nigga eat it and still able to eat how you eat and shit, I had to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I learned from him. And I sit back and watch and I'm real good with that. And so by the time I figured out my lane and where I was going, and I pretty much figured that part out as far as my voice, how to control my voice and stuff like that or whatever. My aggression and my breathing on there. And I grew and I knew and I know what I like and I know what I like to hear and I knew what so therefore I was, now and then once I got to that point, I'm knowing that your voice is an instrument too.
Facts.
And a lot of compliments I get is people is my voice. They like, man, your voice, man, this, and then you say something stupid. You know what I'm saying? So all that works in my favor. You got to learn how to. And Pat and them knew that shit.
They just had it.
They had it.
Yeah.
They already knew that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just had to figure this shit out.
Yeah. Talk about cause man, Dope Game 2000, like I said, it's a classic. You know what I'm saying? That's all we had. Classic.
That's how we had. Oh, that
man,
bad.
Come on, man.
Said that motherfucker.
We gonna talk about this one for a little while, cause like I say, this is one of my favorite albums. So we gonna,
that song that was a very high song for me. Right now to this day.
Not even a hot dollar to my NAME when you broke G8, man. Come on, man.
Sit that
Seems
motherfucker
like nobody
beat
know,
over
man.
the O. And man, one thing, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I don't feel like O gets the credit that he deserves.
He's one of the best writers. Yeah.
He's a hell of a writer, artist, you know what I'm saying? And he's a O guy, he kinda got a perfectionist thing going, cause why I say that at an early age, like you could tell he was an artist, but when we met him, he was on some already on some rap shit anyway and shit. And so he kind of was, but man, he like I remember when what's that song he had, some shit he had, Thug or something. I can't
Thug
remember.
nigga that y'all did? Yeah.
Shit, man, you go over that motherfucker and lay that motherfucker, man. I'm lay that motherfucker.
Cause I weigh
That
too
nigga
many
mo-
pounds. You chop it with too many rounds. I remember that shit.
That nigga come up with, hey, then lay it again. I think you can say it better than that.
Oh, he in there working you.
Man, I'm like, nigga, man, I done done it. I'm doing this shit. I'm like, hey, man. And now I'm like, goddamn, oh, now, shit, this was mine. I would have left that motherfucker for mine. So, bro, man, please, man, do it. And, but he worked like that, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But as far as, like, his creativity and his song, man, make good songs, man.
Yeah.
He picked good tracks, you know what I'm saying?
Ferry with the Cheese is a classic. Like that Ferry with the Cheese and Dope Game 2000 and City of Sir was all around the same time. Like y'all all was out around that same time.
Yeah.
And all them classics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, who was the dude? Because we, man, when I first heard it, I was like, damn, Poke. I don't like a motherfucker, but who was the dude who was P. Diddy, man, on the Don't Mess with on the Dope Game 2000? From New York to down south, from
his name 1100. That's my partner, 1100. He from New York. When he was saying P. Diddy, he was talking about power. That's what we call power.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
He was talking about power.
It was so many of us who thought that was supposed to be P. Diddy. We was like, nah, that's not P. Diddy.
Everybody saying that because they sound alike and he from New York. He ain't say that. His name is 1100. He just gave Paul a shout out, and he called Paul P. Diddy because that's what we called him. That's what me and E called Power. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what our nickname for
Man,
people.
okay.
Yeah.
Man, okay. Well, shit. Okay, that's a bit. So, okay, moving forward, then that you know, what I'm saying Dope Game is out, but I think City of Syrup might have came out a little bit before that. But talk about like doing Man and all that, man. Like Mo comes and it's time for him to drop his album, and it's a
Tell you about
monster.
man. I'm gonna tell you about man. Okay. Boom. Man came. Uh, they over there at Rec Shop. I'm not over there at this time. Uh, so man, I tell I'm finna get some beef from No D. So I tell No man, you know, man, you know, when I need something, whatever. So I had No D playing with that Love Gonna Get You. I say put some of that in that motherfucker. So he was fucking with it, whatever, yada yada. So
Wait, but you ended up doing the freestyle off that though.
yeah, but now it's rap time. It's mainstream time now.
Yeah. No. I'm saying at Rec Shop, this some Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
Yeah,
That beat.
he played with it a couple times.
Hmm.
Well, so when it what's the name came, when that man came, when I talked to no told me like, man, the next one I do, it's gonna be yours, whatever, yada yada. They end up doing that man. That man beat supposed to been mine. Man, and he ended up telling me something about, man, this was something from Mo. We had this concept we were gonna do whatever for the song Mo, whatever. I really was kind of warm about it, but I wasn't, tripping. And I think he kind of sensed it a little bit or something. But it wasn't no tension, and I just was like, man, that's fucked up. But I just, So, long story short, when they got ready to do it, like, man, we want you to get on the motherfucker, whatever. So, man, I went over there. They had already did their shit, Mo and E or whatever. I came over there, they turned that motherfucker on, man. I freestyled it, one take.
No shit.
That's No D.
I'm gonna jump in this thing. You know what I'm saying? No shit.
Yeah.
God damn, man. That's crazy. Okay. Damn. All right. So I'll let go on, but then you ended up going to Rec Shop. Why'd you leave from Chevis and go to Rec Shop for Sky's Limit? And all that?
I ended up leaving service. We had our little situation going on with whatever we did the hardest pit, and then we did the no game 2000, and then that's what we had. It was really like a
just a
one
two,
album,
just
one option.
okay.
And then when we got right there was something I really was really on the cool. I didn't wanna. That wasn't what I was trying to do. Go elsewhere, whatever. But it ended up going that way. So
You wanted to stay with Chevis?
yeah, we was cool. Like what we had going on, it wasn't no. We didn't have no.
It wasn't no
trip shit.
problem. It was just the end of the contract. Yeah.
And so we ended up, and then
Did the label shut down or like what happened?
No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just really it was more so personal with what we had going on, but it wasn't nothing serious. Like, no, we wasn't into it about nothing. But I think when I was at that time, I was asking like, man, I need a copy of my contract, this kind of stuff, whatever. Never will produce it, whatever. And then I just ended up more so just doing my own thing. And then when I started doing off into that, that's when I ended up talking into Rick, and then we ended up working something out, and he brought me over there, and it was kind of supposed to be something like a joint venture with my label and Rec Shop. That's what it was supposed to, being it, but it ended up being whatever it was, and we did. What did we do over there? We did.
Yeah, I did All Night in the Lab.
We did that. That was
Freestyle.
That wasn't tied in. That wasn't we. That ain't nothing that that was just something we ended up doing.
So that wasn't part of the deal. That was
Yeah.
just something y'all just put out.
Right. And so we did. Then what's that? What's the collabo?
Yeah, the collabo.
The
Yeah,
collabo originally that was supposed to be my album as we was working on that. Then we ended up making that the collabo. Then we ended up doing my album.
Sky's the Limit.
Yeah.
No shit. Because it took a while for Sky's the Limit. Like, it was promoted for a long time, and then it finally.
Yeah. So we was steady, steady, doing stuff. We did like I said, All 90 and we did the collabo thing. Then we went on into my album, and like at that time, Rick had several artists and shit going on, so he had all kind of shit going on or whatever, and he had, Platinum Soul over there, they making beats and shit and so forth. So he had, and we ended up doing that, and dropped the Skies the Limit, and that was that.
Talk about because at one point it was like all y'all just kind of like stopped making screw tapes and shit.
That was the dumbest shit in the world, and I'm telling you, that's what
And what was the reason? Was it like we rappers now, we doing this?
Man, listen, man. First of all, like I say, man, we was young, man. A lot of this shit, man, we had to get out here and figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And shit, that's why we was eating it. But now you going mainstream. Now you mainstream, so now you trying to build your brand. You know what I'm saying? So at this point now, motherfuckers want to build their own brand, be their own boss, and woo-woo, and you can't really knock a nigga for that. You know what I'm saying? And that ended up turning to, shit, now motherfuckers doing what they doing and woo-woo, so motherfuckers ain't going over there and see the whole time niggas thinking money, but they not thinking all the way around. Niggas thinking now shit, nigga mainstream, so shit, these checks is coming with this shit. We wasn't getting no money from that. Man, we used to have to pay to do our screw tapes, man. Yeah, we wasn't getting we ain't eat off that. We ain't getting no money. We got the fame. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But shit, every tape, man, that we did, we had to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to buy that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatnot, and
was you still keeping in contact with Screw and everything like that?
Oh, yeah, man, that was a nigga dog. Man, shit, at first, before I even got to the point to where when I was dealing with E and Paul and them and all that, you know what I'm saying, and I started seeing the shit kind of going where it was going, man, I chopped it up as a Screw, man. I was like, man, what you want to do? Because I was telling, man, motherfucker asked me, man, this is when I'm going to do mine. This is, man, what you want to do? And he was like, man, do your thing, man. He was like, man.
So he really was pushing y'all to go and y'all
He didn't want to do that. He didn't want no label and this shit. This is what he told me out his own mouth at the studio we used to go to out there in Friendswood. He was sitting in that Blue and Powder. And we sitting at the top and he was like, man, he like, man, I like doing what I do. He said, man, I'm a DJ. Like putting niggas on it and woo woo yada yada and woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, And so that's he told me then. That's when I knew that wasn't nothing that he wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
talk about about him passing away and like maybe one of the last times you talked to him and all that.
That was crazy. That was
It was 20 years now, which is crazy. I remember when
I remember that shit, man. Like I had a show in Dallas and that night, and I woke up. The day when he passed, that morning when we woke up, that's when I found out about it. And I had a show later on that night in Dallas. I had to go to Dallas to a show down there. But that fucked me over when I heard that. I just couldn't believe it. Like. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, everybody was, like, damn, like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just random.
How this shit fits, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit be. It was crazy, man. That was very unexpected, to wake up to that. Screw gone. Same thing with Pat, you know what I'm saying? When they got this news, like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What happened with Cause I know it's not really a lot of like talk of documentation, but like what really happened with like Big Steve? Do you know, or was it just he was just shot or whatever happened?
Shit, really don't know. They was just shit, said got shot. They was in a car or something, and the car got shot up. And he ended up passing. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? That was some crazy shit.
yeah, yeah. So, man, Screw passed away, and like Hawk had kind of just took like that leadership role, man. Like Hawk stepped up, man, and really was when he said 5-star general, it was like Hawk really like took that job serious, man. Like talk
Yeah,
about I mean that just kind of when y'all kind of had to just move on from that, you know what I'm saying? Like Screw's gone, and we still S.U.C. And of course y'all allow individual rappers and y'all got y'all own careers and shit, but you're
yeah,
still the crew, you know what I'm saying? Still the
yeah,
clique and shit.
yeah. You know, man, like I say, man, when that was devastating, man. When Pat died, and that nigga Hawk had to live through that. You know what I'm saying? He was real strong. Hawk was real strong. For that to be his little brother and shit, and he stood up. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, he did his thing. In honor of his brother, man, and I commend him for that. You know what I'm saying? Then you turn around and lose him. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah. Were you was Hawk one of the people you were closest to? Like who are you probably closest to in the clique? Like of course Kiki.
Man, Key Hawk. See me, Key and Hawk. See, I've been fucking with them niggas so long. When I used to be that, when I used to be, man, I would bleed, and I come pull up on them niggas, man.
No shit.
Man, I be fucking around. I fuck around and be with them niggas for the weekend. Yeah, and I pull up on them niggas, man, fuck with them niggas for the weekend. I might pop in down in the middle of the week and just pop down there, whatever, or whatever, and woo, and back on. But I'm fucking with them a lot. Them, cause and they had a spot together. So both of them over there, you know what I'm saying. Shit, me and Pat was tight. Probably not like me and Key and Hawk was, but me and Pat was tight. The motherfucker, me and Pat was tight. Mike D, that my nigga.
Mike D. Yeah.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying, really fuck around.
And Mo of course, cause y'all
And Mo, I shit know him, been knowing him all my life. So
yeah. That was unfortunate, when Mo passed away. Like that was random. It was just like
it was,
Hawk, and then a couple years later, Mo and
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like but it was kind of different, because it's health issue.
healthy. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying, and then you kind of seeing it go that way. You know what I'm saying, like, but it was definitely a
So you,
shock.
so you felt, so you kind of felt like you could see like Mo's health kind of like getting bad maybe towards the end or
Yeah,
whatever.
I was, I could see, where it started failing them a little bit, like for instance, shit, I done seen more of them times where uh motherfucker got a show coming up, so shit, you trying to get out there, go get that money, and foot swell up on you on a Wednesday. Can't can't walk. You finna miss this money. Or try to figure out how to get down there, you know what I'm saying, or something, man. He had to do what he had to do, man. So, but it was just different little things like that, would go on or whatever, and then when that ended up happening, like, damn, you know what I'm saying, and so just you could kind of, seeing like as time went on, you know what I mean, but. Mm,
Has any one of the deaths, because there's been so many, has any of them like hit you harder than the other ones?
Man, real talk, just to be honest, I done lost so many niggas, man, where I really got numb to this shit.
No shit.
And I got numb to it, man. Now, I got some that kind of hit harder than others due to the fact of you wasn't expecting it, or damn, you know what I'm saying, or this shit. But it didn't happen so much, man, to where like shit, some of this shit, man, motherfuckers just be numb to it, you know.
Yeah. Do you think? Let me ask you this. It's kind of a controversial question, man. It was probably early in the pandemic, man. But who was the freestyle king, man?
You looking at him.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they doing out there rambling about all that, man. And the thing about it, man, now back in the day, in our youth and this shit, man, we get up now, go in, everything, and all this shit. And I ain't fit to be doing all this shit now, man. You know what I'm saying? We grown, man, nigga. 45 and all this, man. I ain't all this shit, but man, when we turn the mic on, man, I'll trip out. See, this the thing. This the thing, though. Now, y'all done heard, y'all what y'all heard. It's some of them ciphers y'all ain't never hear or see.
Mm.
It's only between us. That's why when I talk,
that's why you say that. You like, yeah, you done got boys. Yeah,
ain't no contesting it. I'm dangerous too.
Yeah, that's a fact. But that's the thing I was saying. I was like, man, they talk about, Kiki and Patton, of course, man. You know what I mean? They the gods and the goats. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put them up at the top. Yeah. I'm like, man, when you start talking about Big Pokey, bro, like, and you start listening to freestyles, man, he right there with him, man. Yeah. Like,
but at the end of the day, it's all about who show up on show up day. You know what I'm saying? And, I got some mean work in on show up day. But them niggas got some mean work in on show up day.
Yeah.
But nigga, it's some shit that
you done had some day. Oh man, we talking about freestyle, bro. So you had said a line, man, and for me this was just so big for me and my partners in our hood because I'm from Broadwick. When you said, you know what I'm saying, in that Hiram Clark, yeah, the Broadwick, I got a PhD in buying bricks. And then Bub was telling me you had stayed in Broadwick for a little while.
Who?
You ain't stayed in Broadwick for? I want to say Bub might have told me that, man. You ain't never stayed in Broadwick or something like that? Nah. Maybe Bub.
I got my kinfolk them when I was growing up. They stayed in the Clark, but I don't know how he would know that, and I don't know.
He wasn't saying like growing up, but I think he was saying like maybe for a little while you might have stayed over. I want to say, I could be wrong, Bub, but maybe he did tell me that.
My mother-in-law and them had the highs over there.
Okay, maybe that's what he said. Okay.
But other than that, nah, I've never.
Yeah. That's what it is, man. Well, how you feel about what do you think your legacy is, man, and like where you stand just in the whole realm of this whole shit?
Man, like I say, man, I really on the cool, man. I feel like right now, as far as I still got work to do, music to put out.
You still hungry like that?
Because I don't feel like I feel like I watered myself down, and I got something. And at this stage, like I say, I done really grew into my artistry. You know what I'm saying? Like I so I done tapped into my inner artist, years ago. So now it's just the work that I'm doing now is I can see it. So that's why I'm really so eager to go on here and get back to dropping shit for me. You know what I'm saying? I got features all over the place, man. I got so many features, here, there, and everything. I do a lot of those, man, and it be a lot of hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit y'all hear, some shit y'all might not never even hear. You know what I'm saying? But it's hot shit. So I'm just pretty much knowing where I'm at now and where I'm going. So I'm still writing my book. I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a favorite freestyle or screw tape that you ever done?
I don't know. All of them hold a different something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
What's the It's a freestyle. I don't even know if this even considered one of the most popular ones. One of my favorite ones was that off that Welcome to the Get Up. Watch a nigga come through. Watch a nigga flip. That shit was hard.
Man, that was my nigga Pop, man. Before he passed, And really on the cool. That's one of the reasons that I didn't even got in the rap game, man. My nigga Pop, man.
Hmm.
And he was always telling me, man, bitch, you got something, man. Bitch, you got something. That was the key in my back, man.
Hmm.
That got a nigga all the way to right here. So when he died, so like I say, I got a lot of partners that passed, and some hit a little different. That one hit me hard because I ain't never visioned me doing this shit without him right there. He was always there some kind of way. And when he died, I had to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to do this shit, and that nigga was gone. That was my vibe. Me and that nigga vibe. We gon' vibe on that music, talk about shit, and this here, that. He gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about Southside on Choppers, man. When y'all did that,
Uh, well, we did that on screw tape.
the freestyle, and then it became the song.
Then it
But
became
yeah,
a song.
Yeah.
So it was like you know what I'm saying. And see, when you fucking with Mo, that's what you dealing with. You could make a song at any given time. Man, and then look at this shit now, man. You got so many samples and everything that came from these screw tapes, man.
Yeah.
From different little words and phrases and this and that there. Shit, the choppers and shit, man. That shit ended up being a song.
Down south, we roll on top, pushing the big body Benz with no top stop. We was about to approach the red light. Classic, man.
Yeah, man, Motorola, man. That nigga was talented, dog. That nigga, he was really talented.
Yeah. You have a favorite person that you like to collab with, or have liked to collab with, whether living or not?
He definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Me and Key do nice work together. Me and Mike D do nice work
Lil
together.
O, for sure.
All of them niggas, all my niggas in the clique, we all, you know what I'm saying, we all rock out. You know what I'm saying? I'm fans of them niggas as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Lil O's, you know, the Mo's, you know what I'm saying, the Keys, Pets, all of them, man, you know, I'm fans of them niggas as well. You know, I like their music, so.
Yeah. What kind of stuff you listening to right now?
Man, I'm all over the place, man. You know. Oh, man, I'm all over the place down there, man. You know me, man, I'm a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Man, you know, sometimes, man, I'm just on some easy listening shit. I don't want to hear all that, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it just depends on where my vibe at. Shit, I'm from running around looking for it, then shit, I want to hear where the trap music at.
Yeah.
You know, it's all depend on what's going on. I operate off a vibe, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about where my vibe taking me, what I got going on, what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is, man. Shit, man. You got anything before we get about here? Oh, George Floyd. We got to talk about that, because that being unfortunate, man, and being somebody that you actually knew for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that is crazy, my nigga. You know, from besides, man, like I say, man, I done lost a bunch of people all kind of ways. That one, man, for lose a nigga like that, police, and the way it happened, man, they suffocated him, man.
For so long, like damn near 10 minutes.
Almost 9 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Suffocating. You watch him die, and I know him. Like, I know him. You know what I'm saying? Been in the huddle with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I know him. And to sit there and see that shit, man, that was sickening, man. And I still think about that shit just, man, that shit was crazy, man. To lose him like that, man, that was, they tortured him, dog.
Facts.
In front of the whole world, so you know what I mean? Like,
that was just murder, cold-blooded murder. It was what it was.
Yeah, and then for this somebody that you know, my nigga, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Was this somebody you still was in contact with him and everything like that? Or you still see him
I
around?
mean,
every time?
we probably don't talk every day, but shit, when we do run into each other, it's the same thing. Ain't nothing changed. It's right where it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's right where it was. Shit, I might, cause see, he was out of town. He was down there, so I might run into him on Facebook or something, or this here, whatever. Podine, he gonna even, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that, or something like that. Might talk to him on the phone or something, but if I don't talk to that nigga in shit 3 to 6 months, shit, it's the same thing when I see him. You know what I'm saying? It's So at that point in time, whenever going on, he was out of pocket, working out there and stuff like that. So I ain't really, see him or whatever. And I remember when I was watching this shit, nigga, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm watching it like, damn, your ass low, man. And
Not even thinking this somebody I know.
man, as I'm steady looking and I'm looking, and I say, I know that ain't Floyd, man. So now I'm keyed all the way in, and I watched the whole thing, man. And that was crazy.
Yeah. Man, are you involved any with the Screw movie thing?
Well, I mean, not at the moment. I don't really know, like I say, the depth of exactly what's going on with it or whatever. To my knowledge, I'm thinking that it's something like something they're putting together, but it can evolve to either a movie or something else. So I don't know, but I think it's big. I think it's a good move. Screw definitely needs a story, telling his story from what he did for the culture and the game and so forth like that. And he definitely need, I feel like he definitely needs that, man. I support it, man. I'm behind him. I hope everything go well for him and everything. Because I think that's, like I say, it's a move. And his story definitely needs to be heard.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Well, man, you got anything else before we get up out of here, man?
Man.
I'm going to have you come back too and do a part 2 or something, dude. I got a whole bunch of other shit I ain't asked.
Cool,
but
man.
I know it's going to take me a while to get you to come back, man. I've been trying to get Pokey up here for a minute, man. I'm just glad you came through, man.
Yeah, man. Man, without this COVID shit, I'd be real skeptical about this shit, man.
Nah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. But yeah, man, I definitely was gonna get over it. Then I got sidetracked, and
Yeah, nah, it's all good, man. I appreciate you coming through, though, man. For real, you know what I'm saying?
Man, for real. I like what you're doing, man.
Appreciate. We gotta do some music too, man. You know what I'm saying? I got some beats and shit. You know,
man. Let me hear something, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah. That's a bet. Well, man, it's the Donnie Houston podcast, man. It's Big Pokey.
I'm gonna keep y'all posted. My IG, S.U.C. Big Pokey. Get at me, I get back at you. And I keep y'all posted on there. Much love. Shout out to my boy Donnie and Big Homie over there with the computer over there.
My boy Joseph. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, that's what it is, man. It's Donnie Houston podcast, man. We out.
Donnie Houston.